totally a difference. They're getting every rebound, one shot at the basket from the Spurs, and also the defensive presence you can see is slowing down the Spurs from driving the basketball into the lane.
Warren's shot was blocked there. Kyle Anderson steps back and knocks it down. Second leading scorer.
So far, they've all done very well. And Alex Len, you know, we've kind of played every other game with him, but he looks good on the rebounding too.
We saw Devin Booker tie the scoring high for Summer League with 31 points yesterday. What are you most impressed with his play so far?
Well, I think it's not about the scoring. Obviously, if you look at his shot, he's very good. You know, he's got the stroke. I think he's playing like a...
Just a little bit, I think.
Anderson working on the right wing now. Backing down Goodwin to the left hand. Up and in. And Kyle Anderson did West. Another bargain deal, Zeke, as he gave up about $11 million of guaranteed dough by opting out in Indiana. That first-round pick, the big man from Serbia, not going to come over. We'll see him later as Anderson traded away Thiago Splitter in part to create the cap room to sign Aldridge. Aaron Baines left as a free agent, but they've signed Boban Marjanovic, first team All-EuroLeague. He's 7'3", is Anderson slow-mo, and they call him that for a reason. He does things at his own pace, but he seems to get where he wants to go and do what he wants to do for the most part.
Well, he's a very heady player. He's a very intelligent player, and you know, as you see right here, he unlike that. You know, he played off beat, he played off rhythm. You didn't think that he would ever be quick enough to get his shot off, but he was so smart and so heady. Again, as we see the shot fake, lets the guy fly by.
It's almost as a player, one of those guys who walks in the gym and thinks he's the best player on the floor. You definitely saw a little of that. He knows what he's doing out there. He can shoot.
You come in feeling confident, and you're not just trying to show up and belong. You come in to dominate.
Holt turned it over. Simmons disrupted by Bayos. Broke up that nicely. Anderson steps inside the three-point line and drops home the jump shot.
Say it again, Matt. I mean, he got that one.
Not only did he win it, not only did he go and get it, but he also was able to recognize the play in the back cut.
Puts a little charge in this crowd. Anderson backing down Bayos, but swings it over to Simmons. Back to Scott. Anderson on the three-point line. Past Muscala. High off the glass and good. What a shot. Quarter, and the Hawks take a 15-point lead. Now their biggest of this game.
I don't know how many people going to tweet. Isaiah and myself said, give me that shot. I'm in shape. I'm ready to go.
Coach, I'm not getting tired. I'm ready. I'm trying to make the NBA.
Anderson tees up a three and knocks it down. Lamar Patterson in the open floor. Here's Robinson. That's all. Hawks scored just 12 points in that third quarter. Here's Anderson. Flips it up with the right hand and in.
Lamar Patterson's one of those players that finds a way to score. And you can see he's been scoring for a long time playing this game. Throws his body into you, understands how to play. Like you said, Isaiah, just knows where guys' feet are, knows their angles. And there's Kyle.
You mentioned the versatility to his game, and you can see how he would fit right in with the way the Spurs like to play.
Young misses on his second shot attempt, and there's another stat grabbed by Anderson along with that rebound. Goes to the crossover there, pulls up inside the lane, and Anderson is on the board yet again.
There, Charlotte held out, didn't take any of the offers that Boston made because they were locked into taking Frank Kaminsky. That's the guy they wanted. It's the guy Michael Jordan wanted, and he got him. And there you see the Celtics with all the potential.
Potential is the key word, because a lot of these are contingent on protections and where the team who holds those draft picks finishes.
That's right. But remember, keep in mind they can switch. They can switch with Brooklyn, and so we don't know what the Nets are going to be like in the next couple of years. They're kind of retooling and may have to take a back seat. So people taking shots away. It's been a good game.
James Young, who had a 9 in that first half, connects on his first shot. You see that shooting touch he has as it rolls around off that rim.
Right.
Rozier, pump fake, set up the space, couldn't finish. As he got to the lane, back comes San Antonio. At this point in the Greg Popovich, R.C. Buford regime, he does have a particular set of skills.
He does. Look, he plays hard. He plays extremely hard. I think he's a very good defensive player. And I think you don't want is slow-mo gets it done.
Anderson. James Young in the open floor over to Hunter. Goes to the left-hand dribble, lost it. Eddie has it, 2-on-2. Anderson lost it back to Eddie. Anderson to the reverse, but you're right, slow. With 1:15 to go.
See what Coach Hammond came out of the timeout with. See what her OTA game is like.
Anderson handles it. Down to 5 in the shot clock. Baseline fadeaway is good. Beautiful look.
That worked.
Vegas, 21.3 points, 1.3 steals, a block per game, about 5 boards and 2 assists, and he's going back to work. And in the face of Hollis Jefferson
to go and elevate over.
The 21.3 for Anderson, third in the Vegas Summer League, and a steal for Kyle. And he's just taking his time. Goes glass and one. Under a minute to go here in the first quarter, and Kyle Anderson back in for the Spurs. And he'll take a long two and make it.
I like it.
Lionel Hollins and Coach, right at the end of that first quarter, your son Austin went down trying to get that loose ball against Simmons. The Nets just keep on coming on these Spurs. It's now a 3-point game, 9-2 run over the last 2:56.
Well, it looks like they made a shot as Kyle Anderson slow.
Akeel Mitchell driving on Kyle Anderson, but Anderson knocked it away. And here's Eddie for San Antonio. Got it back to Kyle. And then Kyle will take it himself and make it.
Floor blocking shots like that.
There was a substitution already planned. Kyle Anderson beat the shot clock. And that was loading the NBA Game Time app or visiting NBA.com/Summer League Live. Well, we shouldn't be surprised by this Nets comeback. They were down 18 and they now lead by 7. And here come driving. And the pass back to Alexander. And you saw the length of Kyle Anderson. And now he meanders, keeping that dribble alive, floating it in. Wow.
Fouled as well. Play on.
Kyle Anderson swatted by Cliff Alexander. Simmons to Kyle.
Way to stay.
More experience. You add up a team, and he probably have more experience than one of these teams out here in Summer League.
Yeah, he's an 11-year vet. Name a team. Pretty good chance he played there. Good touch. Baseline jumper. Now he's starting to feel it.
If you San Antonio, that's the last guy on the Portland Trailblazers team you want to lose. He's been on fire his last 2 games.
He has. Oh, Anderson, this little fade to the season. How do you, Terry, not get overwhelmed with all the change and try to sort of compartmentalize what the task at hand is?
You know, I think we're going to spend the summer kind of evaluating how we want to approach the season. But, you know, it's clear.
Malcolm Thomas, he has 12 off the bench.
Nice solid game this time. I hope Miley comes back in. This has been fun to watch.
He has. Anderson.
She got her game face on right now.
Yeah. In this third game for both of these teams. Vegas. Anderson. So it just a little
interior player out of Temple. And a nice little step through move. Eric couldn't finish. But what an incredible offseason it's been for San Antonio.
Well, 16 consecutive years of 50-plus wins as Anderson goes glass.
You know, we feel very confident that we have a great group of guys who work extremely hard and put themselves in that position to win. And we found ourselves in the playoffs against Chicago and played a very talented team. But we're learning how to win. We're learning how to be a team. And so we're still in that process.
What kind of changes, Jason, as you guys were making that review? How do you assess talent in that way? Because you use a bunch of switchblade guys. You do some offbeat things. How do you find players that you know can? Pierce obviously signing there is the guy that Doc Rivers is expecting to help Lance Stevenson along the way in the early part of what training camp will be in the early part of the season to help him find his role.
Kyle Anderson, nice little step around.
Time with the Boston Celtics next year and Brad Stevens, but the other big move obviously is DeAndre Jordan moving from the Mavericks to the Clippers.
I was just going to ask you, if you're a Clippers fan, you go from the devastation of thinking you've lost DeAndre Jordan, the linchpin of that defense.
Turkey
might get excited with those guys that play for their dads, folks. They shoot a lot. Got the green light.
There's Bertens. There's Bertens, another player from Latvia. Nice crossover move from Kyle Anderson. Draw roll, what they want from you?
No role. It's just the only thing we discussed was my skill set will fit what they're trying to do here, and then that's enough for me to appreciate the opportunity.
Did they make you shave?
No, I usually do this for the summertime. It gets hot. It gets hot, and I usually shave in the summertime. I'll bring it back during the season.
As Kyle Anderson able to
the facility. Well, all these teams now have their own facilities, folks. And the Knicks are, of course, one of the best upstate. Players can always go out and work out.
Anderson drives on early and gets inside. Kyle Anderson.
Gallo's shot has been short this afternoon.
Anderson, nice move there. He was kind of
the right call.
Not only do you have the players trying to make NBA roster, these refs are also trying to make the NBA officiating roster.
The Summer League is the next. Oh, this guy started to percolate.
1 for 16 before that one. As you would expect, both teams, the shooting is poor. Guys playing with each other for the first time. Arenas around the league.
You have my room. Send the tickets up to him. He laughs, folks.
Anderson drives, splits, wild shot, count it, and one. Robin Lopez and Calderon. Grant pull up, shot misses. Porzingis keeps it alive, trying to save it, dives on the floor, but throws it to Scott. Good hustle, doesn't end well, and Anderson banks it in.
I had to look up again and make sure it was you, but I enjoy your game. I really enjoyed what you did coming out of Sacramento and helping Boston. Is it true that you may be the best recruiter for this team in the NBA? You're wanting to build this franchise back to LA and not communicating that with Dallas. Anderson grabs a steal. He works on fair, good body work, and he's up and in for a lay-in. Does he not?
Yeah. Of course, Ginobili's coming back for one more year.
I'll tell you, San Antonio's reloaded. Shot down the barrel. Caught in front court. Cooley on the low block. He'll spin inside, hanging on a pivot. He's denied. The ball is stripped, and here comes San Antonio. Different pace that we saw in the first game tonight. And Dennis, good to see you. It makes you feel like you need to lose about 5 pounds to get back in here, right?
That's the truth. How skilled and how smart of a player he is.
And I think the key comment you just made, that they work with you in order to make this, to get this done, so it doesn't look like he's the bad guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like that.
Yeah, our fans need to know. And look, I love that everybody's interested.
Modem, 6 points. He went 23 minutes last night, 4 points and 8 rebounds. And the Jazz have taken the lead of 1, 29-28, but not for long. Anderson.
6'10". He's the biggest guy on the roster here for the Jazz in the summer.
Anderson goes baseline, draws a double team. Hood put up a hand, but he shot up and over.
Right, exactly.
Johnson had to put it up in a hurry. Looked like maybe turn an ankle. Struggles to get back on the defensive end. Here's Ware off to Anderson, wide open 3.
Meaning Coach Snyder, Dennis Lindsey, they're very impressed with what they see with Rodney Hood.
Anderson.
And the Spurs have to be very impressed with the team that you're playing for. You get an opportunity to go somewhere else.
Okafor won the jump, but San Antonio has possession, and here we go. Of course, the Spurs, 55 wins last season, 5th best in the Western Conference. Lost that first-round series to the Clippers, 4 games to 3.
Very popular, very popular.
The Koto shot deflected Rejected. Anderson front court with the left hand. He'll drive with paint, tough shot, count it. And one. Kyle Anderson.
I think it goes with the blue.
It says Brooklyn about 12 inches wide across the hat.
Yeah, I think the color just goes.
Nice. Simmons and a connection with Suns and Spurs been trading the lead here. Phoenix owns it for the moment, 38-37. As Anderson once again out of the post. Got to Scott. Beautiful look by Kyle Anderson. And
for the Phoenix Suns, Justin Carter, is doing for the Phoenix Suns. He's giving them a lot of energy.
They chase that ball down to prevent a potential layup. Suns have got nothing here offensively in the opening stages of the fourth. Davies ahead of the pack, and he'll finish. Who gets to the paint and cuts it to a 7-point game with just over 5 minutes to go. It's a little more like what the Suns do well. Lane caught up in traffic. You mentioned San Antonio's offense. Oh my goodness, has struggled as Hunter's heat check goes awry. He looked disappointed. That was the thing. He turned around. He couldn't figure out why that didn't go in. Much needed basket for
talk about the decision, what you saw in Orlando when Willie Reed was with the Miami Heat to sign him, and now, of course, Willie's with your team here in Las Vegas.
Well, it's not just from the Orlando Summer League. We had him in training camp last year. I had him in develop, and you have to play well, and they've played well since we've gotten here. This is a totally different team from the team that was in Orlando in terms of how they
play. His hands were sweating, so all right, he made it look good. And that'll keep you in the game,
Simmons, Kyle Anderson, out to Jarrell Eddie. That three-pointer is good.
Has that feel for it, and when every guy thinks that they're going to get it every time, they're going to run. It just opens everything up. But that's what I'm saying for Frank. Guys love to play with 20 guys.
Of the afternoon. Kravtsov posting up. Trying to bulldoze his way to the deuce. Here comes Simmons. Simmons on an open three. Got it.
2.5-inch standing reach. That's pretty impressive. And I think Michael Eric took a mental note there that he could shoot it from about 18 feet.
And there's not only the unfamiliarity with your own teammates, but certainly your opponents when you get to the summer.
We're talking about all the other teams are here watching. So there's somebody watching him, and he's been very impressive. So he could end up with another team.
Yep.
Murray.
Scott Bears with good fluidity on the offense now. Knicks are struggling. An error pass.
Scott quickly down the other end, flips it up and off the glass.
Boston answers back with a three, 18-13.
Yeah, they're again watching Hunter when the Jazz worked him out. He looked very, very
good. On a 9-0 run here in the third. Contact, no foul. Anderson left to right hand, he'll drive baseline on a kick out. Bertans, yes, he can shoot the three. Boston. Also a chance to see Olivier Hanlon more tonight, the second round pick out of Boston College. Then kick out. Hood off the mark. This crowd wanted to explode. Graham wide open on that fast break off the miss three.
The son of Harvey Grant, ex-NBA player. Uncle Horace Grant.
Runs in the family. Some critical minutes here for San Antonio. Back inside he goes. Okafor, one giant step, try to line drive it in. And the ball rolls off the back of the iron. Here comes San Antonio. Ware for three.